Arteta told his players and structured the team in a way they're going to be difficult for Tottenham to beat. Normally, this game is played in a ferocious manner. It's high intensity, end to end. But at Arsenal, somehow, manage is getting poorer and poorer with the referees in EPL. This referee today boxed himself into a situation where he had no option than to be dishing out yellow cards. The first 2 yellow cards came too quick out of his pocket. I know probably Transit TV, welcome back again. Welcome back to Beyond the Scoreline series. North London Derby. Huge game, massive game. If you are an Arsenal fan, if you are a Tottenham fan, if you know the EPL, this is a huge game in North London. It is a huge game. Win home or win away is a massive 3 point. There is an added motivation in this one. There is bragging rights. There is toxic. He can get toxic. It's just massive. There's none like it in London. And today, going into this game for us now with 2 or 3 key players in the team missing this one, a lot of Arsenal fans were already in the panic mode. If you remember, in leading up to this, in our preview for this game, I said if Arsenal have any intent, if Arsenal are serious about winning the title against a juggernaut called Manchester City, they have to find a way to win games like this, even without their captain, even without their key players in the midfield. And that they have done today, and done in a very superb and non-mistaken manner, sticking to their guns and going away from Tottenham Stadium today with 3 points. A solid goal from Gabriel Magalhaes. And if you're an Arsenal fan, you are proud. You are proud of your team. You have some kind of swagger with you walking around on the street today, be it in the streets of Chicago, in Illinois, United States, be it in Houston or in North London today. You are a proud fan. You are proud of your team. And of course, before the panel will gather later today to talk about the games, the key games this weekend, I just want to give you a few talking points on this one, and as usual, share my thoughts and things you might have not noticed or didn't think about watching this one because of emotions or any kind of bias you had going to this game, even as a rival or a fan that did not want Arsenal to win. First of all, I am going to give this game to Mikel Arteta. He deserves his flowers in this one. You cannot take it away from him. Leading up to this game, Arteta was relaxed about the missing players. He didn't panic. He didn't try to make excuses. He said they will find a way, and he found a way. His team was put out there in a way to make it very, very difficult for Tottenham to win this game. If you remember, in one of the videos before this game, I said the Arsenal defense is going to be the difference between them and not losing or winning today. And I think that's what Arteta did. Of course, you know what you're going to get from that back four. They were solid, engaging, brave in duels, and even scored the goal from a defensive point of view, being Magalhaes. So Arteta, take your flowers. You deserve it. The way the team was taught, the team selection, there were all kinds of thoughts about the selection. Many thought that Raheem Sterling could start, or Inter Nwaneri, and or have Havertz in the midfield like he's done in the past and start Gabriel Jesus. But what Arteta do? He had a midfield of Jorginho and Partey. I knew these two were always going to be there, but Trossard never came to mind, and Arteta did that today. Trossard walked his horse out, and Havertz meant that Havertz started off front. You know, I will get to him later in this video. So Arteta, the way you position your team for over 80 minutes, there was no substitution with a team that had yellow cards, about 4 or 5 yellow cards by the end of first half. These players kept their discipline, kept their cool. Arteta kept his cool. The way the referee was dishing out yellow cards, I was very sure Arteta was going to get one today. But he conducted himself very well, unlike we have seen him before. And I've said it many times on this channel. If you watch this channel, that Arteta never repeats mistakes. He's a coach, a manager that has shown that he learns from his mistake, that he's growing, he's developing, seriously and hugely for Arsenal and for himself. Today, Arteta deserves to take his flowers. And like I mentioned earlier on, the Arsenal defense also deserve their flowers today. Tottenham had a lot of possession. I've not seen the numbers yet. They had a lot of possession, but they never really looked like they were going to score. And when you talk about the defense, you mentioned De Vrij as well, because he's part of the defense. So there was never a time, if you're an Arsenal fan, yes, because of emotions, because of your attachment to the team, you are going to be tense sometimes. But if you really look at it, Tottenham will never look like they are going to score against Arsenal. And that is credit to the way the defense performed, and of course the entire team, because it was a team performance. But I'm going to single out the defensive players, Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba and Jurrien Timber. These 3 players really stood out, because the attacking channel from the defensive point of view was Ben White, who was solid as well. Jurrien Timber getting a yellow card earlier in the first half and still being able to keep his head cool and saw himself through the whole of the game. Him and Saliba shows a lot of these players. If you were in the past, if you have been supporting Arsenal for a long time, you will know that this game, the way it started, you would have gone, if you're a bet man, you would have gone for a bet that Arsenal was going to get a red card in this game. But somehow, these players kept their cool, put their mind in the game, played the way they're supposed to play, and saw themselves. One opportunity came, they scored the goal, and they still stood their ground. And actually, if anybody looked like scoring, it was even Arsenal. After the first goal, that goal was scored. So credit to the Arsenal defense today. I will single out Gabriel Magalhaes and of course William Saliba. One thing that stands out with this new defense that Arsenal has compared to what we had in the past is that they engage. We now have defenders that do not, back up into the box before they engage strikers. These Arsenal defenders, they engage you right away. Yeah, probably if they are exposed, they take a few steps backwards, make sure that all their colleagues are in position, then they engage. And this has made it difficult for a lot of teams to get anything out of Arsenal. 4 games into the season, 3 clean sheets, no losses, 3 wins, 1 draw. Man, he cannot ask for more than this unless you're a Man City fan. This shows that this team is not looking back. This team, of course, won the best defense in last season. De Vrij got the most clean sheets in the league. Already 4 games into the season, he already has 3 clean sheets. That tells you what you're going to get from Arsenal this season, and it's really looking good for the team from a defensive point of view. Then you go to the game plan. The game plan for me, the way I saw it, having watched the game, was Arteta told his players and structured the team in a way they're going to be difficult for Tottenham to beat. Normally, this game is played in a ferocious manner. It's high intensity, end to end. But at Arsenal, somehow managed and tried to slow Tottenham down. We Tottenham did not want. It was uncomfortable for Tottenham, and it worked in Arsenal's point of view. They really tried to slow the game down, and it worked really well. So for me, that was the key thing in the way Arsenal approached this game today. They didn't sit back, but they slowed the pace of the game, because they knew they didn't have the player. Having Jorginho in the midfield, Jorginho and Partey, there's no way you're going to go end to end with Tottenham. They will outplay you. You'll be out of position. So what they did was make sure that the game is played at their own pace. And for the large spans of this game, it panned out that way, and it worked out for Arsenal. That's one thing I know that they did. And second thing, that Vicario, the Tottenham goalkeeper, doesn't like the ball inside in the 6-yard box. So each time Arsenal had corner kicks, they tried to aim in that area, and eventually they got their goal from there. So you could see there was a game plan. In this one, the game plan worked. Arsenal wasn't brilliant. You're not going to say they were brilliant in this game, but they had a game plan and it worked out for them. And on the other, Arteta also has shown that he's flexible. Like somebody mentioned in one of the groups, that they have shown that they have different ways they can win, and that's the difference between Arsenal or Arteta and Ange just has one way, and put you under pressure, high line, get the goals. But today, meeting the best defense in the league, you knew it was going to be difficult for Tottenham, and there are going to be opportunities, behind their defense. Then I'm going to talk about Arsenal in the beginning. Some people say they panicked. I don't think it was panic. They were a little bit casual and careless with the ball, and the culprits in this area were Jorginho, Thomas Partey in some cases, and of course Saka as well. These players gave away some balls in very important situations that would have cost Arsenal, but of course the defense stood up for it. If you want to talk about players that did not perform well today, I'm going to talk about Saka. Saka was poor in this game. I don't know if he had a knock. I don't know if because Arteta told the team to slow down the pace, if he affected Saka, I don't know, but he wasn't in this one today. In most of the things that he did came from a defensive point of view, and of course he had the assist for the goal from a very brilliant corner. But overall, I'll give Saka maybe a 5 or 6 in this game today. He let me know what you think, about that. What do you think about Saka's performance today? I don't think he was himself. I give him a 5 or a 6 max. Because of the corner kick, it was a very good one. Martinelli, on the other hand, as well, I think Martinelli has a lot of growing up to do, a lot of intelligence to make up with. He is showing less and less intelligence with the ball, especially in very important positions. Arsenal would have gotten their goal early if Martinelli was a little bit more intelligent and more effective going forward. There were chances. Tottenham was on top of Arsenal, but Arsenal had the better chances with Martinelli's pace and positioning. He got into very important positions, but of course, just like he has done lately, he couldn't just find the final ball, final pass, or score the goal. So Martinelli, for me, was poor as well. I'll give him a 4 or max 5 in this game. Majority of his contributions into this game that led Arsenal to win the game was more of maybe defensive, falling back to help the defense, and with his pace putting some pressure on the defense. But in terms of effectiveness and end product, there was none for Martinelli today, and this has been the story of Martinelli for some time, even from the end of last season. So I think Arteta probably will have to drop Martinelli from that position for a while. He needs it. He needs to cool off and come back strong. I don't think Martinelli right now deserve to start for Arsenal in that position. Let me know what you think in the comment section on that issue. What is your take on Martinelli? I don't think Martinelli is doing well right now. Then, who are the key performers in this game today? I'm going to single out a lot of players did well, but if you ask me to give you 3 players, I will give you David Raya, I will give you Gabriel Magalhaes, and I will give you Kai Havertz. These three players were immense. They were key to this 3-point Arsenal got today. David Raya, yes, he didn't make massive saves, but his calmness, his positioning, and his bravery in area balls made sure that the Arsenal defense, if you're an Arsenal fan all around the globe, you did not panic in this game. So that David Raya, every day he proves more and more the reason why Arteta made a decision to bring him in, the reason why Aaron Ramsdale is not the goalkeeper of Bournemouth. We saw that today. I saw some goals that Ramsdale considered yesterday. Those instances came up today, and David Raya, pulled the saves out. So Raya, for me, was one of the top performers. I'm not going to rank them in any way, but these are the 3 players that I feel that did very well today. David Raya, then Gabriel Magalhaes. He did not panic. He has grown. This player has grown. Saliba, of course, it's Saliba, you know. That's why I'm not going to mention him. And of course, he received that yellow card. But Gabriel Magalhaes did not panic today. He had a lot of clearances, blocks as usual, and got the goal for us now. So for me, actually should be the man of the match today. Got a very important goal, was solid at the back and never panicked, had some blocks and clearances. And yes, for me, if I am to do my rating, I'll give Magalhaes a 9 out of 10 today. Then Kai Havertz. This guy has remained a conundrum. A lot of people don't trust him, don't believe he's good enough. But Kai Havertz, every day, he majestically steps on the pitch with a nonchalant attitude, careless attitude of what you think about him. Goes in there, performs, and comes out. No noise, no drama. Today, Kai Havertz was immaculate all around the pitch. When attacking phases of the game, he was available, made himself available for the team, did what he could do. Defensively, he was there. He was energetic, very mobile, available throughout the game. Kai Havertz, for me, led the line very well for Arsenal today and put Tottenham defense under pressure when Arsenal came forward. And I know he's not what many call a proper number 9, but every day he proves to you that he can do the job, and today is one of those days again. Kai Havertz, for me, is one of the key performers in the game today, and I will give him a 7 over 10 if I am to do my rating. And the last talking point in this game will be the referee. I don't know, it's getting poorer and poorer with the referees in EPL. This referee today boxed himself into a situation where he had no option than to be dishing out yellow cards. The first 2 yellow cards came too quick out of his pocket. I know probably he thought he was going to calm the game down with that, but you know this is not London derby. Regardless, even if you give 5 red cards, it's going to continue in that same way. It's a derby. It deserves some intensity. It deserves there's going to be some fight within thin line, fine margins from foul and proper play. So let the game flow. I didn't think the referee did himself good today with the yellow cards that he dished out, especially in the first half. The first yellow card to William Saliba, for me, was uncalled for. He was uncalled for. He didn't even have that ball for 5 seconds, and the next thing you see is a yellow card. And what did that mean? That eventually he tried to balance it out, and he became out of hand. I didn't like the performance of the referee today. He didn't do well at all. And I also believe that Arsenal should have the penalty in the first half, but of course he looked the other way. Ricardo had made a save and ended up in the hand of the defender. And that ball would have dropped for an Arsenal player if you want to look at it from the letter of the line of the law. But he made his decision. So I don't think that the referee did well today. He had a very, very poor performance. In fact, both teams helped him to raise his performance because both teams were mature in their conduct eventually as the game went further, because the way the referee was going, he would have given somebody red card today. And if you look at it in the balance of play, I'm sure that red card would have not been justified. So the players, kudos to you guys. You helped the referee today to have a good game. And yes, that's my thoughts. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section. What do you think that happened today? Do you think Arsenal deserved their 3 points they got from this game? I believe they deserved it, because Tottenham, yes, had a lot of possession, had a lot of passes, but they were not really penetrative. They didn't really create enough clear chances to win this one. So Arsenal deserve their 3 points, and they go again. Next week is going to be Arsenal against Manchester City at the Etihad, and yours truly, Transit TV, will be at the NBC EPL morning show at Chicago. We will be there live. If you are an Arsenal fan, if you any fan, if you watch this this channel, look out for us. And you're going to be there next week. Look out for us. We're going to be having interviews with fans as well, if they allow us to do so. It's going to be fun. Make sure if you get the invite from NBC Sports, make sure you are there. It's going to be fun. I'll be looking forward to seeing some of you out there. Transit TV, and I'll see you again there with the crew later in the day. Ciao.